What's going on, guys? Welcome back. This is the Diddy trial aftermath and plus his likely sentence. And I'm going to go over that and a little bit of detail here on what he is likely going to be sentenced to. But as we know right now, he thought he was going to get out today, but he's being held in the MDC. And we're going to talk about, like I said again, what exactly is he facing. So let's take a look here. So Sean Diddy Combs was found guilty on 2 counts under the Mann Act, which prohibits transporting individuals across state lines for the purposes of prostitution. He was found guilty of count 3 and count 5, transportation on Cassie and transportation on Jane. He was acquitted of the most serious charges of racketeering and sex trafficking that could have carried a life sentence. The sex trafficking alone could have got him 15 years minimum. Each Mann Act counts carries a maximum of 10 years. With 2 counts, the maximum exposure is 20 years. Prosecutors have received a sentence, prosecutors have requested a sentence of 51 to 63 months, around 4.5 to 5 years. 4.5 to 5.5 years, while the defense is pushing for well under 2 years. There is no mandatory minimum sentence for these crimes. Judge Arun Subramanian denied bail, citing concerns over violent behavior and danger to public. We're going to come back to that. He's not out of hot water yet, and we're going to come back to that statement. He denied his bail, citing concerns over violent behavior and danger to the public. As of July 2nd, today, Combs remains in federal custody at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. He is receiving credit for time already served, 10 months, with sentencing scheduled for October 3rd, 2025, though his team is attempting to expedite. So the reason why they're attempting to expedite, because they're thinking that he might get sentenced under the guidelines. He might get sentenced on the low end, because he's already got credit for 10 months served. They thinking the rest is only a few months in jail, he'll get out. But we'll come back to what Judge Subramanian said, that he's a threat to the public. Pre-sentencing reports and court memoranda by prosecutors and defense, including arguments regarding leniency or mitigation. That's going to be due. A sentence hearing for October 2025 to determine his actual prison term, even though they're trying to expedite it. Potential appeals after sentencing and possible civil lawsuits related to the same underlying conduct. Now, the federal sentencing guidelines, based on offense level and criminal history, suggest a sentence over 4 years. You hear, a sentence over 4 years, 51 months. According to prosecutors, defense advised significantly lighter range, around 2 years in sentence, which means if he get a 2-year sentence in total, already credited for time served of 10 months, he will only have to do maybe about 6 to 7 months, not even. Some legal analysts believe the sentence could be 15 to 21 months, with credit for nearly 10 months already served. Others suggest he may end up with time served or just a few additional months. A few additional months, especially the most serious charges were dropped. Judge Subramanian has broad discretion. He'll consider factors such as, watch this, the violent nature of the actions per prosecution's evidence, the acquittal of sex trafficking and racketeering charges, Diddy's nearly 10 months already in custody. Now, while the maximum legally permissible is up to 20 years, that's highly unlikely based on current positions. Real outcome will probably fall between 15 months to 4 years, with a strong chance of significantly less additional prison time due to his pre sentencing detention and acquittals on major charges. Um, Now, I want to go back for a second. What's up, Heaven? Let me go back for a second here. Judge Submaranian denied bail, citing concerns over violent behavior and danger to public. Concerns over violent behavior and danger to public. Now, he's going to decide how much he's going to sentence him to. He has full discretion here because there's no mandatory minimum, but the maximum is 10 years. Now, he already cited that his violent history and danger to the public, guys. He's probably going to sentence him to 5 years on each count. Okay? More than likely, I'm thinking that, which means that he already have credit for 10 months served, and he's looking at 3.5 years in prison. That's what I think. He probably going to sentence him concurrently. Now, if he sentenced him to consecutive time, that's excessive because he don't have a criminal history. But for some reason, he better not. And then he also was like praying and stuff in court, and he's so happy the judge was watching that. And the judge reminded them that you said your client is violent. You said your client, you admitted to domestic violence multiple times. He's going to remember that during sentencing. And remember, there's going to be victim impact statements. And they're going to talk about how they're afraid for their life. Guys, he might max them out. He's in harm's way still. He definitely is. He is not out of hot water. He's not. Because you know what I first thought? I'm like, okay, he was found guilty on the lesser counts, but people like celebrating like he getting ready to come home. And I said, he's not getting out. I was talking to somebody, I said, he's not getting out. They said, yeah, he is getting out. I said, no, he's not, bro. That man's not getting out. The man's not getting out. I said, they're going to find a reason to keep him. And but as far as, was this a victory for the prosecution? The answer is no. They lost here. And I saw how she was talking in court, the prosecutor. They're not happy about this one. But I told you guys, it don't matter what the prosecution says. Sometimes it does, but it's the ultimate power is the jury. They carry the ultimate power. But look for him to do jail time. Some people are calling for, just 11 months and he'll be out by time served. If that was the case, he would let him out today. If that was the case. If that was the case, he would have showed him favor today. He didn't. And Diddy, in a last-ditch effort, he was like waving his hands to the judge like he wanted to say something. I said, oh my God, please don't let him say nothing to this judge, man. Because the judge is going to hold it against him. Please don't let him start talking. Please. And then the lawyers rushed over to him and they took care of whatever he wanted to talk. Whatever question he had. But he kind of wanted to talk to the judge. I guess, like, let me talk to the judge. Diddy, man, if this situation don't humble you, nothing will, man. Leave that judge alone. Just let your lawyers do the work, and that's it. But he's already cited that this man is violent and a danger to the community. The judge said that. So you think he's gonna show him leniency on his sentence? Yes or no? I'm thinking the answer is no. He's not gonna show him leniency. So yeah, so actually can I move up? Let me see. Yeah, he's not gonna I don't think he's gonna I think he's gonna kinda he's not gonna give him he's not gonna max him out like other content creators are thinking, but he's gonna almost do it. And you know what he's gonna cite? He's gonna cite his violent behavior and danger to the community. The judge has already told him what he's gonna do to him. He's already told him what he's gonna do. As soon as he said that, I said, "Oh." So he's pretty much already said what he's gonna do. So this is gonna involve this is gonna I'll be right back. This is gonna involve some prison time. This is gonna involve some prison time, folks. I don't know how much. Now, if he sentenced him consecutively, that's kind of excessive, and that's going to be excessive. But I'm not going to be surprised if he do it. He can come back and say, "I'm sentencing you to 5 years consecutive," meaning that he's stacking on 10 years, and he got to do a total. Like, he stack on 5, because I hear a content critic keep saying he might stack it. What he mean is consecutive sentences. If he do that, he got 10 months time served. Then when he got 10 years, he's looking at doing 8 years. That's what he's looking at. So he's not out of hot water yet. And when he said that when he keeps saying that he's a danger to the community, he cited that, and I said, "Oh man, he really might stick it to him. He really might stick it to him." So I just wanted to tell you guys that's what the judge said in court. He said, "Well, Mr. Agnifilo," he said you talked about you submitted to his domestic violence. You submitted to it. He gonna use that, guys. So I will come back for the sentencing because that's gonna be important. The sentencing is gonna be crazy because I got a feeling I got a feeling. I got a feeling he gonna stick it to him. That's why, and it's crazy. The writing is already on the wall already that he might stick it to him. Yeah, the writing is on the wall, man. So Because as soon as he said, yeah, Mr. Agnifilo, your client, let me see, maybe I can go up. He said, your client has admitted to this, admitted to that. Okay. So I was like, oh my God. I said, man, this is not good. The way he's talking, it's not good. So now, will it be excessive for him to get it consecutive sentences? Yeah, that's going to be really, in my mind, that's a little excessive. However, I don't know, man. The judge, bro. The judge. Oh man, sorry about that. Yeah, the judge, bro. I was just like listening to him, and look, as soon as the judge came in, he denied the bail. As soon as he started talking, oh, bail's denied. All right, let's take care of the business. Yeah, as soon as he came in, he said it. As soon as he started talking, it was like in his third sentence. Oh, bail is denied, and everybody was like, "Oh my God!" Like everybody reacted to it, and I started looking at the look on his face because he was like really thinking he was gonna get out, and his son was already celebrating in Manhattan. He had pulled over. You could tell they were so excited. He pulled over. They started doing push-ups in the middle of the street. I mean, not in the middle of the street, on the sidewalk. His boys started doing push-ups and shit. And he was like, "Diddy free, man." And because I know they're thinking like he not getting no time, he getting time served. But man, so that's what's going on, man. That's what I'm giving you, the real deal, man. What I heard in court, I'm like, oh boy. Because I was listening, I was like, okay. And I just the language he was talking, yeah. He not. I don't know if he gonna show him any kind of favor, man. Because if But Cassie lawyer sent the note, the letter citing a law saying that he has to be remanded. He has to. He cited a law and the judge agreed with it. Yeah, man. It's definitely a situation, man. So he got to be thinking he gonna do some time now. Now the thing is, how much time is he gonna do? Is he gonna do a few? Is he gonna do about a year, or is he gonna do like 3, 4 years? So now, to note, the prosecutors did not request to max him out. They did not. So he's not going to get maxed out because but the prosecutors said it's starting at 50 some months. They said it's starting at. Yeah, they are starting at 60 some months or something like that. They said starting at. So I don't know, man. So definitely I will be at the sentencing. Definitely will be at the sentencing whenever that decides. It's not going to be October. They're going to meet Tuesday after the holiday, next Tuesday, to decide when they're going to have the sentencing. He's requesting for it to be expedited, not October. I had said that. I had said to somebody, "Oh, sentencing gonna be 3 months from now." They said they laughed at me, man. It was like 3 months. Come on, bro. And what did they say today? October. Yep. And if he was out on bail, see what would happen was if he was out on bail, and let's say if he gets sentenced to prison time, then they'll schedule a time for him to turn himself in to start doing his time, which will be like 2 months after the sentencing. Trust me, I know. But he's already he's already in jail, in custody. But if he wasn't in custody, they were like, okay, the sentencing, say if it was in October, right? Okay, they sentenced him in October. He'll probably turn himself in after the new year to do his time. Like he got October, November, December, January. He probably turn himself in February. But he's not. He's in custody, so he'll just start doing his time. Maybe that's, I don't know. But I think the motivation to have that early sentencing is hopefully he won't have to do that much more time, and he'll know. But as it stands right now, trust me, guys, I know that judge is going to sentence him to some time, bro. Sure, for sure. I'm thinking he looking at 5 years. He got to do 5. He's going to give him a punishment for the domestic violence. I'm telling you guys, he is, because he's already submitted to it. He said, and they said, Judge, they said this. He said this in his closing. He would have pleaded out. He said if this was domestic, he would have taken a plea deal. They kept preaching that this is not a domestic violence case, right? He said he would have surely pleaded out, so he submitted to it. That's what the judge said. You submitted to it already. So the judge is he's going to punish him for that domestic violence. I'm telling you, J Boss, you better tell him, not just me. I don't know, Sad, if he would try that before sentencing. But he was set the party. The judge got other intentions. He's going to punish him for the domestic stuff. He is, guys. I can see, your dude, I'm telling you right now, it's sky's the limit for this judge. He could easily send, after it's all said and done, Diddy could be looking at 8 years, yo. He could be looking at it. And he gonna watch how everybody was partying prematurely. He gonna make him pay for that. He definitely is. He definitely gonna make him pay for it. I think he'll get out. Let's see. If he's lucky, he'll be out in the 30s. If he's lucky. He'll be out before the 30s. What do I mean? The 2030s. We 2025, 5 years away from the 30s. I say if he's lucky, he'll get out before the 30s. Remember, I'm telling you, man. Judge, man, he gonna make him pay for that domestic, because he already submitted to it. Oh, we would have pleaded out. We would have pleaded out. Remember, whatever you say can and will be held against you. Oh, man, if it was domestic, we would have pleaded out. Okay. All right, well, you're going to do some time for that. I'm telling you, he said it. He said it without saying it. And when I was listening to him talk, I said, uh-oh. I said, this don't look good, bro. If the judge has some say so, Diddy will be about 62, 63 before he get out. Maybe 64. He could stack it. Like somebody say, he could stack it, meaning consecutive. He could stack it. If he stack it, oh my God. What if he be like, I'm sentencing you to 8 years consecutive. He said, I'm sentencing you to 8 years on count 3. I'm sentencing you 8 years on count 3 and 8 years on count 5, and it's running consecutive. Lord have mercy. Meaning he won't get out until like 15 years. Telling you guys that be prepared for it. For those that's following the case, he's gonna make him pay. He's gonna make him pay. He's gonna say your influence ain't no influence on me. Watch. And this is what they do, guys. During the sentencing, watch this. He better have somebody talk on his behalf because they're gonna have victim impact statements. They're gonna be like, Judge, please sentence him to the max. And the judge is gonna hold them women in favor, yo. I swear to you, he is. So, and I will be there. I know a lot of the content creators, they said they gone. They ain't coming back. No, this is when you come back for the sentencing. He's gonna send a message, yo. I'm telling y'all that. I'm being a realist. He, yeah, he is gonna get out, J Boss, but he gonna do some time. J Boss, you had to listen to the judge today. He gonna do some time, bro. He's still calling him a threat to society. Yeah, but it ain't up to Mark Garagos. It's up to the judge. I'm telling you, it ain't up to him. He gonna have to appeal this. Any way you look at it, he gonna have to go to the appellate to appeal this. And then it's not gonna hurt. It's not gonna help if Cassie give a victim impact statement and say she afraid for her life. It's not gonna help, guys. I'm telling you, it's not. It's not. It's not gonna help, bro. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, man. I said I was gonna come out here and cover the trial, and I did. I missed a few days, but it's all good. But I came. I was here. Yeah, her and her boy um sent. He sent. They sent letters. But yo, they was like, yo, just to tell you guys, like the backstories and stuff like that at the trial, it was crazy. Like today, it was like they celebrating. They had the oil out, man. Dude had baby oil, man. They had baby oil out. He sprayed the dude with baby oil. Judge gonna see that, yo. He's like, all right, y'all think that shit funny, right? Okay, but watch what I do to him. Now that's clout chasing. That was clout chasing in its highest form. That was straight clout chasing. Dude brought baby oil and Astroglide. That was straight up. That shit was crazy. J Boss, is up to the judge, bro. I'm being a realist with you guys. I don't want to see the brother get sentenced to that. had the baby oil flowing. The lady out there talking about she ready for the freak off. She showed everybody her breasts. She did. She showed everybody. I had to turn my camera. She showed everybody her breasts, bro. Lord have mercy. You said, where are you at? You said, can y'all still hear me? You said, where am I at? Parts unknown. Parts unknown, man. Yeah, he gonna make an example, Kim. He already said it today. He didn't say it. He already said it. Well, you, because of the violent nature, the violent, and your threat to society. You said you admitted to that in your closing statement. He's already, and look, when he sentence him, he gonna have a full speech first, and then he gonna sentence him. He gonna have him rise, and he gonna serve him. He gonna get served, bro. And he almost spoke today. He was waving his hand at the judge. He almost said something, but the lawyer Westmoreland went over there and talked to him. Like, look, just let us handle it. I guess he like wants some control. Like his lawyers talk, he want to talk. He'll have his time to talk when before sentencing. The judge gonna say to him, "Do you have anything to say?" And he got to be remorseful. He has to be. He got to apologize and he got to be remorseful. Now I know you like. Well, he got to maintain his innocence, right? So he shouldn't. But he gonna have to do something. He gonna have to do something for this judge, man. He gonna have to do something. I'm just telling y'all. He gonna have to do something. Stand up and I don't know. So I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that for him. But I'm being a realist. That's what's gonna happen. I see the writing on the wall that he's not gonna max him out though, but it's gonna be close. It's gonna be close, and people gonna be like, it's gonna be some more oohing and ahhing, because there was some oohing and ahhing. People was like, they would wait for him to see if they were gonna release him, and he said in the second sentence, no, bail denied. Bail denied. Yeah, he said it. He said bail denied. So that's just what's gonna happen. I'll see you soon. He said bail denied. And when I said that, I said, okay. And then he started citing his reasons about the violence. And it's going to come down to those victim impact statements. And the judge is going to show them favor. So I don't know if somebody putting her up to it, but that's for speculation. And then it was a guy, a bodyguard came out and said that if he gets out, his life on the line. That was by design. Yeah, he's by design, man. That people are coming out saying their life on the line. That's by design. So the machine is still working against him. He said that on Piers Morgan. Big homie CC said that on Piers Morgan. He said his life on the line. So, well, she wrote it via her lawyer. Her lawyer wrote it, saying that her life on the line. No, in fear of her life. Yep, in fear of her life, man. And then her boy wrote a letter as well via his lawyer. Life on the line. Yeah, so I'm back. Yeah, man. So basically, what's happening is I could just tell you all the back end stuff. So again, like I said, there was a bodyguard that said that if Diddy gets out, his life on the line. That's by design. And he said it on Piers Morgan. That's by design. Cassie says she's in fear for her life. Her friend Deontay Nash said he's in fear for his life. The judge already said he's violent and he's a threat to the public, so he didn't grant him bail. And his lawyer cited cases where people were granted bail, but the judge said nope. And there's content creators. They have martial protection. It's crazy, bro. I mean, one content creator. She didn't have regular bodyguards. Those weren't regular bodyguards you saw. I peeped that. I saw the pins on their lapel. Yeah, they weren't regular. Okay, so she was definitely an asset to the government. She definitely was, in my opinion, definitely an asset. And there was a guy, I think he's called Ratchet TV. He went up to her and started yelling and stuff like that. And she pretty much said, "What you gonna do? You ain't gonna do nothing." He damn sure wasn't. Not with that type of protection she had. He wasn't gonna do nothing. Them guards with suits on, you got to see their lapel. And then, all right, I had started mentioning it when I was in front of the courtroom and I saw the marshals with the suits on. You can see the pins on their lapel and the earpieces in their ear. Same bodyguard she got. That's not normal. Okay, so they were protecting her, man. I believe more than likely she was the help. More than likely. So, oh, he wouldn't have got whooped. They would have arrested him, and he would have quickly found out that that's the government. He would have quickly found that out. He would have quickly found it out. They were very calm, just listening to him. He's allowed to yell and talk or whatever. That he didn't commit no crime. But if he had to went in her space, it would have been over with. You said kind of small. You talking about as far as build, yes. But I had a lot of experiences that was positive. Just giving you behind the scenes, a lot of positive experiences. I met a lot of people. Um, yeah, man, met a lot of people, man. You know, everybody was pretty much cool. Um, you know, like that. It was a hell of an experience, I tell you that. No, I don't think he'll have nobody go after nobody. I mean, because it'll come back to him. He said, I met Puff's best friend, Charlucci. Yeah. I didn't see MTA today. I didn't see her. And that's something. I didn't see her. Job is done. She ain't need to be there no more. Telling me a lot of people was put in place to be distractions, for sure. Didn't see her no more. I didn't see her. I was telling you guys there was a lot of people put in place. They all disappeared. Not all of them. Some was still there to the end. I didn't see her though. Yeah, I appreciate it, B lady. Yeah, a lot of people said it. A lot of people do recognize me. They did. A lot of people from the mainstream media. They damn sure knew who I was for sure. Um, yep, for sure they did. Shout out to Neek at Night. She's really cool. Neek at Night, she really really cool person. Um, I forget the other lady's name. If let me see if celebrity, if you hear, she know the names. I was chilling with what's the other YouTuber? Not Neek at Night, the other one. She from California as well, I think. I forget her name. I was chilling with her online talking. I was sitting next to her in court. You said Mariah looked like he was in shock. Yeah, I was sitting next with them in court for sure. And in the overflow room, here's what's interesting, guys. During the bail hearing, Tisa Tells was not in the main courtroom. She was in the overflow room. So I guess it's like, look, let's keep you out of there. just just for safety reasons. I'm pretty sure of it. And look, I'm gonna tell you what Murad is his name. He fake. Look, he said all this talking this stuff about Puff's mother last night, right? As soon as he saw Puff's mother in the cafeteria, oh hey Miss Combs, all in her face being nice. Hey Miss Combs, hey, hello, hello, man. Um, so yeah, that was hilarious. Oh, Lovely T, that's her name. I was sitting next to Lovely T in the overflow room. I was online with her and everything. She's cool. Um, but look, the last night, you know how the line setters, last night, man, they really got into it leading up into this morning. They almost got the fighting out there. I heard. Yep. Well, no, I mean I understand she's 100% for Cassie and Jane, though she's a woman. She got her reasons, but good thing nothing happened to her out there. So she got up out of there, and she going by her life. But she more than likely will be back for the sentencing. I'm pretty sure of it. I know I'll be back to see what happens. Hopefully, ain't too many people around so I can get in the main courtroom. Hopefully, it won't be nobody around, but it'll be some people there. I met the guy from TMZ. He he was like, James Earl Jones passed away. You could take his position. He's like, no, I'm serious. I thought he was. I was like, man, you joke. He said, no, I'm serious. You need to be taking his position. I was like, I don't sound like no James Earl Jones. He said, I'm telling you right now, you need to take his position. Um, that was hilarious. He said that in the we was all out in the cafeteria waiting to go back in for the sentencing hearing. Max, did you see my guy took a plea? Kohlberger. Yeah, he avoiding the death penalty. You said, was it like this for the R. Kelly? I didn't follow the trial. I think, see, the judge said today, he said about the violent past and threat to the community, I'm not letting you get out on bail pending sentencing because you're in flight risk. I'm not doing that. He said he's not doing it. So he's going to cite, when he gives out his sentence, they give a speech first. And then they say, okay, now stand up for your sentencing. He's going to serve them, man. I know people are saying it's not going to require jail time. Yes, it is. It's going to require prison time. Tisa says she was threatened. Of course she was. I believe her. That's why she didn't go in the main courtroom for the sentencing hearing. I'm pretty sure they told her not to. I don't know. I honestly think the judge don't like the fact that he said he said to Mr. Agnifilo, you admitted to the violence in your closing statements. You admitted to it. Okay? He was like, this is it. And Mr. Agnifilo, he said, well, I don't see a glimmer of, I'm trying to find a glimmer of hope in your eyes. He said, well, I appreciate you giving me the case law, but he said, this is what it is. You said new eyewitness, the DoorDash driving. Yeah, Kohlberger said, nah, I'm good. I'm Gucci. I'm taking the deal, man. You said no. The government is not going for 20 years. They saying they starting at 6. He said starting at, but the judge has the ultimate discretion here. It's no time at all, up to 10 years. It's 0 to 10 years. What if the judge run these charges consecutive? Oh my God! If he run it consecutive, I'm gonna need some milk for sure. So they're gonna have a meeting Tuesday on when they're gonna have the sentencing because it was supposed to be October, but he want to expedite it because he think he might get out, but it's not gonna happen. But he will have his opportunity to address the court and give a statement. Puff. He will have that opportunity, and the judge will listen, take it in consideration. But he's also going to take in consideration the victim impact statements. What's up, Ryan? You said your daughter said they're sweeping out his cell right now, so he going up there with R. Kelly. He gonna be up there doing time with Kels. Yeah, no, bail was a strong message. TV killer. He cited the violent history. He said you admitted to it in your closing. You know what somebody told me today? Oh, Max, he getting out today. I said, yeah, yeah. He only getting 11 months. That's it. He getting out today. Time served. I said, no, he's not. I said, he's not getting out today. She said, yeah, he is. Watch. I said, no, he's not. No, he's not. Not with that judge. No, he's not. You said Diddy did not win. Technically, he had a slight win. Slight. But it wasn't a full win. A full win is not guilty on everything. After the sentencing, I mean, no, after the the verdicts, he got down on his knees and started praying. I'm not sure what the 4th of July food is. Yeah, doing any time is a loss. You said 2 years, but he not getting 2 years, Medea. I hate to say it, he's not getting 2 years. I don't think so. Oh yeah, TV killer be on Bigo. You said, I'm telling you now, if they gave me bond and that was him, I'm out. They're not giving him bond. Judge already denied it, Medea. Had they charged any other white men with the Mann Act, they would have charged Epstein. No, Epstein, but the rest was history on him. Because look, guys, they was for sure saying that he's getting out today. They was for sure. I don't know where that came from. I don't know if it came from his lawyers. Oh, you a host over there now? Trying to figure out the app. Because when I was sitting there, right, look, everybody came in. Puff came in. He was sitting there. They were going over paperwork and stuff like that. You know, waiting. You just know he was about to get out. And then as soon as the judge came in, he started talking. And he said, yeah, the bail is denied. And the crowd's like, oh, like everybody gasped. Oh. Man, yeah, it was, man. He said, nope, no bail. And that took, you could see the air go out of him. You could see it. The look on his face. And he was trying to talk to his lawyers, and they passing notes around. Several notes were being passed while Mr. Agnifilo was talking. And then finally, he just had enough. He started like waving his hand. And I just said, no, 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 you don't want to make a statement right now. No, 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 no. Because the judge will use that as sentencing. So, no, don't do it. Yeah, it seemed like he did, Christy. You said 2 years. Ratchet. I mean, not rat. I mean, TV killer. I don't know. That judge said he's a threat to the community, TV killer. He's violent and a threat to the community. If he's violent and a threat to the community, you think he's gonna sentence just 2 years, and he's a threat to the community? He keeps saying that. Uh, I, no, no, man. If he's a first time offender, that would have showed him favor today. The judge wasn't hearing it. Oh man, we covered the Mann Act over here. It's the penalty is 0 to 10 years. The maximum time is 10 years for the Mann Act. Yeah, he denied him bail because other people that was convicted on these charges, they were able to get bail. Judge said no, no bail. You said Tisa's fake as fuck. I'm not scared of backlash or anything. Is true. She just advancing her career. She don't give a f who she got to toss under the bus. That's what you talking about. No, they gonna expedite the sentencing, Christy. No, I haven't heard about him giving them a pardon yet. Ravens. I haven't heard it. Haven't heard it. Craziness. I mean, he might Medea, but I haven't heard no word from the White House. What's the holdup? Haven't heard nothing. You say you just got to keep it real. You got to keep it 100. He's watching Medea, but ain't no talking. Where's the pen signing? Where's the pen? Where's the pen to the paper? You said give him a minute. I feel like he might because you're right. Jack Johnson, he was against it. But see, Jack Johnson didn't do that though. See, somebody, a content creator, lied and said Jack Johnson was transporting prostitutes. No, he was not. No, he was not. This is a little different. Yeah, man. But you could just see the disappointment. Like, damn, I got to go back because if he had let him out, he'd have walked right through them doors. He'd have been out. They were preparing for it. They had the barricades up. Crazy, man. Yeah, I know. You could see it, Medea, when he was sitting there. He was like, "Oh my God, man, this is crazy." Like he had that look on his face. Man, crazy, bro. Craziness. No, they don't move him yet. He has to get sentenced first. I don't know if they can appeal the bond. They could appeal the conviction. Man, definitely, definitely an interesting experience. I tell you that much. But yeah, man, it's we definitely gonna see like Tuesday. They're gonna maybe announce when they're gonna have their sentencing. Man. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I will be back with a part three to tell you some more behind the scenes. But yeah, man, stay tuned. I will catch y'all in the next one.